Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another weather forecast. I'm meteorologist Aiden Leisure, and today we're going to be taking a look at the temperatures for the next couple of days, as well as some of those weather patterns we're going to be experiencing. As you can tell, it is Flannel Friday. We got a bit to talk about before I get started here. I did want to bring you guys here to the entire United States graphic here. Usually, I have it zoomed in over the Midwest, but I do want to kind of describe what's going to happen for the next maybe 2 weeks or so. We're going to be looking at a pretty active winter weather pattern. And then after all of the active winter weather comes in, we're going to have another brutal cold shot come into the United States within the next 2 weeks or so. But we got to get through a couple rounds of snow in order to get there. And we won't necessarily in the Chicagoland area be feeling those exact snow impacts. We may only see a little bit of snow from these systems, but they are going to travel some similar paths that they have over the last couple weeks here. For example, when we had some of those high winds come through the area where gusts are up to 50 miles an hour, we may be seeing another system that may be equally as strong as that coming across the area within probably a week or so. But we are first going to start with one tiny low pressure system here. You're going to see it come off the side here from the Pacific Northwest because this is where all of that moisture is going to be, and it's going to send several shots of low pressure over into the area. As you can see, this kind of keeps training, it keeps going over and over. We're going to start to see these effects, and then at the end of all of it, we're going to see a big high pressure system come in and really bring us into that deep freeze of the winter. So let's take a look here at the temperatures though. For the highs, you can see pretty much 20s throughout the entire Midwest, into the 30s as well in the green, and then into the 40s and 50s there into the yellow. You can see that warmth really starting to build up there, and what that's going to do is it's going to make way for one of these low pressure systems that are firing off the Pacific Northwest in the form of moisture to come into the area and eventually sweep more cold air into the area. Looking here though, tonight you can start to see that happen where northern portions of Minnesota, North Dakota, even places into the northern Wisconsin, we're going to see those cold temperatures really start to push into the area here and scoop in. That's going to become more visible here. This next graphic you can see, this is just tomorrow here. You can see it'll be in the single digits up and towards North Dakota, and those same portions that were really cold. For tonight into tomorrow, we're going to be seeing that cold really start to dig in. We'll be in the 20s again, but then tomorrow night you can start to see all of those really cold temperatures start to kind of return to the area slowly. Obviously, it's not going to be over and over, but as these low pressure systems scoop up the warm air from the south, it will push cold air down in from the north. And if these low pressure systems are going to keep training over our area, we are going to keep seeing those swings in temperature over and over. So you guys, make sure you're bundled up, especially at night, because it's going to get very, very cold. Frostbite can happen in a matter of minutes. So please be careful as you guys are preparing for the weekend. If you guys have any outdoor plans or anything, if you guys are planning on going on a hike, something or whatever, just make sure you are bundled up from head to toe. That's going to be very important come this weekend. You can see here, Oswego, we're looking to be in the 20s pretty much. You can see we're going to stay under that freezing mark for a pretty long time until we get to Tuesday. We'll start to see that warm up. And that's going to cause a problem as most of the snow that's already on the ground is going to start to melt, and then it will once again freeze, which will make travel a little bit more of an issue. And as you can see here Sunday, I do have a 60% chance here of snow for Sunday. This is going to happen during the nighttime, so this will be Saturday night into Sunday morning. We're going to be having this shot of snow, and it's not going to be a whole lot. I do have a graphic here that shows us exactly how much, so you can see here generally only about an inch or so in the Chicagoland area, but you can see here as these low pressure systems come in, there's a big one right there. You can see there's one, here's two, then you're going to see another one here up towards the north, then another one, and then a big one right here. And after that big one is going to come that very cold air shot that we're going to be experiencing, with it all happening before Christmas, by the way. This is going to impact Christmas travel, especially this top portion. When you see that big red streak come through, that's going to be the big low pressure system. Now that's very far out. You can see this is for December 12th. Is that when that big red streak comes in? It is December 5th, which means it is an entire week away. It's not going to necessarily be accurate in totals, maybe not even in direction. This could sway north, this could sway south. So as we get further into the future, you can see it gets a little bit more inaccurate, and that's because our models don't go that far. So you can see, though, generalized, we are going to have a very active period of winter weather to be watching out for in the Midwest. So please prepare accordingly. As these forecasts come in, we will have more information as we have more data. we are going to get closer and closer to these things, and things will become a lot more certain, and we can prepare specifically for certain areas to receive a lot of snow, because you can see in that graphic it's pretty active. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. Have a great weekend, and I will see you guys in the next forecast.